everybody, it's me, Steve Schnee, the CD Junkie, and you are watching another episode of Punk Shui. On this episode of Punk Shui, I'm going to talk about a great British punk band by the name of The Members. Formed in 1976, the band featured Nicky Tesco on vocals, Adrian Lillywhite on drums, brother of Steve Lillywhite, J.C. Carroll on guitar, Chris Payne on bass, and Nigel Bennett on guitar. I think during the early years there were, a few little changes there, but that's generally the lineup of the band. And they would mix punk, pop, reggae, and it would come out sounding original. The Members really played with it, and some of the songs you'd hear, they'd be melodic punk, and then just all of a sudden in the middle of the song, it would switch to reggae, or it would be reggae and vice versa, or just really an interesting and, in my opinion, overlooked band. Now, their first single, Solitary Confinement, came out on Stiff Records, but they signed with Virgin, and then that's when their career really picked up with the singles like Sound of the Suburbs, Offshore Banking Business. But let me show you a couple things here before we get into this. Initially, I was going to cover this box set here. And what this box set has is the first two albums, plus a rarities disc and a BBC disc. But this is, I believe, it might be out of print now. It originally came out on Caroline, and it's a great set. So if you find it, definitely check it out. But a more recent release that I want to talk about is this 2 CD set, and it features their first two albums for Virgin Records. While the box set has bonus tracks and a bonus rarities disc, this actually expands each disc beyond the bonus tracks and takes songs off of that rarities disc, so you're not really missing too much. And this is a great example of the band. The first album came out in 1979. It's called At the Chelsea Nightclub. And just let me tell you right now, I never bought that album when it first came out. I mean, maybe, a year or two later, because I didn't want my first Members album to be a live album. At the Chelsea Nightclub, what do you think I'm going to expect? I'm going to expect it to be live. No, it wasn't a live album. I was an idiot. It's a great mix of British punk and reggae, lots of great songs. This band really had truly unique dynamics. They knew what they were doing in the musical arrangements, and that was taking chances. They always took chances, always doing very, very unique things. So At the Chelsea Nightclub, which is the first disc there, it contains the stiff single, Solitary Confinement, as well as the Virgin Records version. And like I said, it's just a great mix. I mean, Nicky Tesco, but the whole band, just really great. J.C. Carroll, guitar player, just fantastic, very, very unique. In 1980, they released the album 1980, The Choice Is Yours. Again, that's featured here. And that is another great example of that mixture of punk energy and those forays into reggae music. But this is a really wonderful 2 CD set that came out on the Captain Oi label, distributed through Cherry Red. It's brand new. It's highly recommended. That wasn't it with the Members. They left Virgin, and they actually went into the studio and they recorded the Up Rhythm Downbeat album. And it came out in America first. And I think that was 1982. Then this was later reissued with a different cover in the UK and a different title called Go West. Now, this is the album that a lot of people in America know best because it has their song Working Girl, which was actually a hit on alternative radio. But this was pretty much a drastic change stylistically. They're definitely more pop, more commercial. Punk is really toned down. There's a little bit, I don't want to say disco, but there's a little bit of a commercial kind of beat to it. I mean, I'm a big fan of this record because I love when a band takes chances and changes. But this was an album that I think turned off a lot of the original fans, which is a shame, because I believe in supporting a band. I mean, there are a lot of people out there who probably didn't like Golden Brown by the Stranglers, and that turned out to be their biggest hit. And Working Girl was most definitely their biggest hit in America. Nicky Tesco and everybody split in 1983. Now, the band did come back, I think, in 2007. They may have had a reunion before then, but most of the original band came back. They did like a, one reunion show with Nicky Tesco. He may have done another one, but J.C. Carroll and Chris Payne have continued under the name The Members. Unfortunately, I've not been able to purchase any of their studio albums, but I know that at some point I eventually will. But I wanted to do this Punk Shui video to celebrate the release of this 2-album 2 CD set, and then talk about Up Rhythm Down Beat. But at some point when I get the later material, then I will do an updated version of this Punk Shui video. Right now, let's play a medley featuring songs from these albums. So it'll introduce you to the sound of the members. Definitely check out their website. But before you check out of this video, sit back, relax, give this medley a listen, and I will see you on the other side.
Living in a basement, driving on a train, working all day long, and you're younger one, so you don't go out, and you eat outside, and you watch television. Solitary confinement. This is the sound. This is the sound of the suburbs. This is the sound of the suburbs. Offshore banking business. Some kind of financial thing, yeah. Offshore banking business. The man with the money, he's got to swing, I say, from the tree. So, go. Gonna clean up your act. So, go. Gonna clean up your state of mental health. Gonna clean up your state of mental health. Everybody got a daydream. I bet you got one too. Everybody got a daydream, and so it's just spelled through. See, I'm trying to kill time, but it's not dead yet. Tuesday nights is down. Trying to kill time, but it's not dead yet. Tuesday nights is down.
At the laundrette.
When your best friend the meanest of the sevens of the crown. When the contractor's money rocket head down the town. Council house is empty, landlord's getting fat. You own the property, so you ain't scared of that. That's romance. Too much drink, it's romance. One last, that's it. Romance. Here come the clean man. Ooh. Here come the clean man. Ooh. It's gang war. It's gang war. It's gang war. It's gang war. If she works 9 to 5, sure to keep my love alive. If she works 9 to 5, that's okay with me. Hey, I'm in love with the working girl. Hey, I'm in love with the working girl. Radio, stereo, radio. She's a model and she's looking good. I'd like to take her home, oh well, that's understood. She's playing hard to get, she smiles from time to time. Oh yeah, she's a model. It only takes a camera to change her mind.
Well, that's it. I hope this inspires you to check out the music of the members. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring that bell for future notifications. And until the next time, remember me. I'm Steve Schnee. the CD Junkie.
Hey,